Hi, hello everyone. This is Murali. Today I am going to explain you chemical equations. Before this, in previous classes you already studied about some of the chemical changes or changes around us. Changes around us. Now we will see what are the changes we already seen in our previous class. Just let me explain some of the examples so that you can understand what is chemical change. Mainly there are two types of changes. We can say there are mainly two types of changes. They are physical change. They are physical change and chemical change. Physical change and chemical change. There are two types of changes, physical change and chemical changes. Now we will see what are chemical changes with some examples. So first one we will see digestion. The process of digestion. If you consider this digestion, do you know, everyone know what is digestion? Digestion is the process which occur in our human body. In simple terms we can say that the definition of digestion is complex food molecules changes to simpler food molecules. This is digestion. The complex food molecules or complex food materials changes to simpler food molecules or substances. See, if you observe digestion, now what will take? We eat normally food which contains rice or roti or any vegetables. Like this, we take these food substances through our mouth. After entering into our mouth, it changes to, some of the food components changes to simpler molecules, and finally these food molecules changes to simpler food molecules, that is glucose. And this complex food molecules contains carbohydrates. Mainly it contains carbohydrates or proteins. So after digestion this proteins and carbohydrates changes to glucose or amino acids. So in this process, if we observe this process, complex food molecules like carbohydrates, proteins are changed to simpler food molecules, that is glucose or amino acids. So in this process, if we observe, the structure and composition of rice is different. So it contains carbohydrates. Long chain of glucose molecules are called carbohydrates. So these carbohydrates or complex food molecules are changes to simpler food molecules, that is glucose. So here we can understand chemical change because the complex food molecules contains carbohydrates. Okay, now here these carbohydrates we can say it as a reactants. So after digestion they changes to glucose. We consider these glucose as products. Okay, so if we observe this reactants and products, the reactants and products are different. So by this we can say that there is a chemical change. In chemical change, the reactants are different after reaction. In chemical change, the carbohydrates, the reactants are converted into glucose, that is products. So in chemical change, reactants are different from products. Then we can say that it is a chemical change. This is one of the example. This burning of crackers. If you observe crackers, it contains some chemicals. There are some chemicals present in the crackers. When they burn, what happens? It releases, these chemicals releases fires or fireworks with some different colors. different colors. So if we observe this burning of crackers also, the products are different from reactants. So in products they are different, and in reactants they have different chemicals. For example, magnesium is present in crackers. For example, we'll take one element, that is magnesium. It is present in crackers. Okay, now this is cracker. When it is burnt, it reacts with oxygen. It reacts with oxygen and forms magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide. This is a product which has which produces different colors. This magnesium oxide produces different colors, and thereby it produces ash also. Thereby it produces ash. So in this equation we can say that magnesium is a reactant which is present in the products reactant side, and magnesium oxide, after reaction the magnesium changes to magnesium oxide. When it reacts with oxygen, it forms ash, or it produces different colors. This is also one of the example of chemical change. Here products and reactants are different. Second one is exposing iron nails to air for longer period. So iron Fe, when it is exposed to air for longer time, it reacts with oxygen which is present in the atmosphere and forms ferric oxide Fe2O3. So if you consider these two, these are reactants and ferric oxide is product. So we have taken only iron, but after reaction with oxygen which is present in the atmosphere, the iron changes to, or ferrum changes to ferric oxide, which is rust. We call it as a rust. So here also the chemical properties of iron are changed. Coming to third example, ripening of mango. In general, by observing we can understand the change in the mango. For example, mango which is unripe mango. If you take this mango, its color is green in color. Its color is green in color normally, and its taste may be sour. Taste may be sour. Unripe mango is green in color and sour to taste. And if you touch the mango, unripe mango, it is hard. It is hard to touch. After ripening, the mango changes its color. Green color changes to yellowish or orange. Yellowish or orange color, and the taste also changes to sweet. And if you touch the fruit, mango fruit, it is somewhat smooth when compared to unripe mango. So like this, there are some changes in ripening of mango. This is also one of the example of chemical change. Here if we observe this chemical change, we cannot get back the reactants from the products. So it means chemical change is irreversible. It is irreversible. If any change takes place, if it is irreversible, then we can say that it is a chemical change. So we can understand whether it is chemical change or physical change by knowing whether it is reversible or irreversible. Irreversible means we cannot get back the reactants. Okay, now for example, if you take ice and if we heat that ice, the ice changes to water. Ice changes to water. So here, after becoming water, when we kept it in fridge, or when we cool this water for 0 degree centigrade, again it changes to ice. Again it changes to ice. If we again heat the ice, again changes to water. It means it is a reversible. We can get back the same reactant after reaction. So this is a reversible reaction, and these reversible reactions are physical changes. And if the reactions are irreversible, they are chemical changes. based on the above examples, we can say that the nature of original substance would be changed. Nature of original substance would be changed, and new substance is formed. These are the main two changes we observed in the above examples. Nature of the original substance would be changed. For example, if you take iron changes to iron oxide or ferric oxide. So the nature of the original substance would be changed, iron to iron oxide or ferrum to ferric oxide, and new substance is formed, ferrum and ferric oxide. Ferric oxide is a new substance which is different from original substance, that is iron. So these are the two changes we observed in the above examples. So if these two changes observed in the any change, that change is called chemical change. So the definition of chemical change, we can say that if the nature of original substance would be changed and new substance is formed, then we can say that the change is a chemical change.